And we're going to start right here with a Star Wars themed one. Ewoks. That's right, you can eat your cold meatloaf on a bunch of fuzzy Ewoks. Who wouldn't want to do that? By the time the Ewoks came out, I was kind of getting out of Star Wars. At least this was the kiddie version of Star Wars, So I wouldn't have done it. But hey, if they had a Return of the Jedi one, I would have been eating off of it for sure. And then we have... Back in the 80s, a lot of us kids said, oh, we would love to eat a chocolate pie off Daisy Duke. Well, we could. Of course, you have to eat off Bo and Luke also, but that's the price you pay. But there it is, Dukes of Hazzard TV tray. Kind of boring, kind of basic, but hey, you got to look at your favorite television show while you watched your favorite television show. That's a win-win in my book. And what about this one? This has to be the boring, the stupid, it was the worst TV tray ever. I can't even be able to put it on the list. It's a blue jean pocket. Hey, maybe it's a Daisy Duke. Maybe it's Daisy Dukes. Who's that girl with the Daisy Dukes on? And we have a lamb chop. This is ironic here because I just imagine some kid eating lamb chops off a lamb chop tray. That's probably tragic to a kid. That's probably a kid that's now an adult in therapy talking about that. My mom made me eat lamb chops while I looked at lamb chop. Oh, I hate lamb chop. Okay, how about He-Man and the Masters of the Universe? I just called it He-Man growing up, and I know here it just says Masters of the Universe. My brother used to get mad at me. It's not called He-Man and the Masters of the Universe. It's called Masters of the Universe. But it was called He-Man and Masters of the Universe. It's a cartoon was. But there we go, right there. There's Tila, He-Man, Man-at-Arms, and my personal favorite, Orko. I said it. Usually the Orak. I get Orak and Orko mixed up. One's from Blake 7, one's from He-Man. How I get them mixed up? One's a little wizard that floats around, one's a computer. I don't know, just the name sounds alike and I get them mixed up when I'm thinking off the top of my head. But there we go, that's an ugly tray outline, but that's what it is. Thundercats. Hey, this is 2 videos in a row that mention Thundercats. Meow, meow, meow mix. It's Thundercats. Yep, you can you can eat off a Thundercats TV tray. I didn't have it. By this time, in 1983, I was taking my food up to my room, had my bed, laid on the bed, eat on the bed, maybe at my little desk I would eat at, but I watched a little black and white television with my 3 channels, 4 if you count PBS, maybe 5 if we got lucky. Turn the antennas right, turn the little knob to UHF, and you might get lucky, get a little bit of fuzz from that local channel in Hawkinsville. You might get lucky, but there we go. Return of the Jedi. As far as I know, I couldn't find any for Empire and Star Wars, but there you go for your Empire, for your Return of the Jedi fans. And look at this. Oh, God. This is, of course, the 90s here, and this is Batman Forever. Oh. Mom, I lost my appetite. Why? I thought you loved cold hot dogs. I did until you made me eat it all. Batman Forever. Ugh, I don't blame you, Steven. How about this? Star Trek The Next Generation. Kind of a boring one. Kind of basic, I'll be honest. Looks like a promotional shot of the Enterprise and a promotional shot of them. They could have at least done a scene for the television show, right? Come on, TV tray makers. You dropped the ball on this one. But what about Magnum PI? You didn't drop the ball on this. Look at that. No, look cool on a shirt. Magnum PI. Would have been better if they put Hickey Baby on it. I ain't gonna lie to you. Would have been cool if it had TS. It would have been really cool if it had Agatha on it. Agatha. I did a video game show about Agatha. And I guess she's not as popular as I thought she was because... let's move on. Try not to talk about that video. Gargoyles. Again, more of the 90s, but Gargoyles. What? I know they had a cartoon, it's a simple toy line, and some of you kids that grew up in the 90s probably love them, and some of you kids in the 90s watching this video, you might have ate cherries or something off of this. Yeah, you might have ate your first cherry on a Gargoyles lunch tray, TV tray, I should say. And X-Men from the 90s. That's some cool art. I ain't gonna lie, that's some cool art for X-Men. I see Cable, I see Wolverine, I see Snagglepuss, I see them all right there. And we have Ninja Turtles. Look at this. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Now, I don't know if it's just me. I have a memory of them being called Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle Warriors. Was they ever called Warriors? Did I make that up? Or is it some Mandela effect thing? I remember Warriors being after that. I could be wrong. I know I went to see Gallagher one time, and he went on a rant about how he invented the Turtles and everything. But how about this? Hulk. This is more of the 70s. It looks like he's getting around some action there. The Incredible Hulk in his purple pants. I don't know what about it, but David Banner loved purple pants. And Wiggles. Let's be honest, this is for the girl in the house. A little girl is eating her food on a Wiggles TV tray. Get that out of here. Cabbage Patch Kids. I don't know why is a human hiding behind a tree. Is he about to kill some Cabbage Patch Kids? I don't know. This is kind of creepy here. 1989, the end of the 80s, Batman. Which remind me, I didn't see any Indiana Jones TV trays. This just ain't right. Batman with the Batmobile. I think he at least wrote Batman on it. It's like a lot of black up in that area. They could have done something about that and fixed it, make it look a little better. Maybe picked a better scene. Maybe had him face to face with the Joker. But maybe they had to pay more to get Jack Nicholson to say, okay, I'll put my face on a lunch tray. Again, I said a lunch tray, a TV tray. A lunch tray is plastic and has little sections for your food. How about this? Gladiators. Let's admit, you're about 12, 13. Your body's starting to change. You're starting to look at more than cartoons, and you're trying to eat. You're trying to eat your meatloaf, and you look down, and you're like, no, Dad, I gotta go. My pants are tight. You get up and run out of the room, and you're like, what's wrong with that kid? Every time he eats on his TV tray, he runs to the bathroom for 30 minutes. We all been there. And how about this? The real Ghostbusters. Not to get confused with Ghostbusters with that gorilla, that live-action gorilla. But there is Ghostbusters. I know some of you out there really love the Ghostbusters, and you'll enjoy that. And this is where they try to get fancy, try to be artsy with it and everything. They probably thought, look like Andy Warhol made a TV tray. Yeah, they probably thought, we'll sell these and people will hang them on the wall. We'll start a whole new art scene with them. Get out of here. It looks like they're brushing their hair with a toothbrush. And who the hell would eat on this? Who the hell could eat? Well, look at that guy. He looks like a penis. Who could eat their food? I don't know. I know it was really big. The prince and the queen, the wedding and all that. I just don't. This is your mom. Your mom might have this one. Your mom might have this one. How about this one? G.I. Joe. A lot of you guys who watch my channel love G.I. Joe, and it's cool. I never really got into it, but I have nothing against it. G.I. Joe. If you're eating your food on G.I. Joe tray, you might just be a real American hero. Ain't no might about that. Sorry I said might. What about this little lady? I used to see this lady big in the 70s. I don't know who it is. Hop along Cassie, hippity hoppy, Holly Hoppy or something like that. I can't remember. I used to hate it.